Today we're going to talk about the power of not giving into distractions. Many years ago, I came up with a branding that I want to brand myself as. And I want to be someone who's known for love, someone who's known as someone who give compassion to everyone, someone who loves each person, no matter their race, their creed, or nationality, or their background, or anything. I just want to love people like my Creator loves them. And in order to do that, I set certain guidelines in place for myself. And one of those guidelines was that I will not post anything negative on any of my social media platforms. I will not engage in negative talk. I will not berate anyone. I will not talk or bully anyone, whether I think is justified or not justified. And I will not have people around me or in my inner circle that does that. So the moment someone does that, I will talk to them, but it will not be in my inner circle because I want to be reflected or be known as someone who loves each person and someone who cares for others, someone who shines forth the light of the love of my Creator and allow His Spirit to transform people's lives because of what He's doing in me. You see, so I set those guidelines in place, and as I set those guidelines in place, they're the bedrocks that helps me from not giving into any form of distraction. So you see, people could come up with me, and usually I have a very discerning spirit. So when I see, what I see a lot of times is not what most people see. You see, if somebody's coming up to me, I'm very good at reading who they are, their characteristics, whether they're depressed, whether they're down, whether they're burdensome, whether they're manipulative, all of those things. I'm pretty good at picking up stuff like that. So a lot of times, those are the things that I react to, and I always react out of a sense of love. So today, as we talk about the power of not yielding into distractions or not giving into distractions, we'll have to break it down and then show you how you do not deal or yield into distractions. The other day I saw an awesome story, and the story was about an eagle, and the eagle was flying, and on top of the eagle was this crow, and the crow was frantically pecking at the eagle. And as the crow pecked at the eagle did not react whatsoever to the crow pecking at it. It just gently glided higher and higher, raised higher and higher in altitude, while the crow thought it was winning and kept pecking. It didn't get distracted whatsoever. It just kept rising higher and higher into the air. And as it rose higher and higher into the air, the crow was denied oxygen. It couldn't breathe. And as a result of it couldn't being able to breathe, it literally just fell to the ground. It passed out and fell to the ground. So as I looked at that story, I was like, it's so awesome if we go through life and becoming just like that eagle. We go through life realizing that we do not have to show up to every argument. We do not have to walk around with our negative banners in our hands. We do not have to constantly stand on our soapboxes, and we do not have to berate and belittle our others in order to get our way. We do not have to manipulate people in order to get them to do what we want to do. And yes, everybody is free to make their own choice. And we have to learn to respect that. And because of them being free to make their own choice, we can't impose our choices on them. Even as we share the wonderful stories from the good book, we can't take a sledgehammer and crack open their cranial skull and pour in everything that we want and then voila, they change. No, that change comes through the power of the Holy Spirit. So you see, as we speak into their lives and as we share what's in the good good book, it states in there that his words will not return to him void. So as we have been living, shining examples of what we are sharing, that word will fall on ground and then germinate and come forth and make fruit. We can't be distracted, because as we get distracted, we think, well, nothing's happening. But what we don't realize, some will plant, some will water, and then others will come along and get the increase. So we just have to realize the stages that we're in and be able to go along with that. So how do you become like that eagle? To become like that eagle, you have to grow you. To become like that eagle, you have to learn to believe in you. To become like that eagle, you have to undergo personal growth every single day. Become like that eagle, you have to get into the good book every day and not just read it, but allow it to transform you. Allow it to transform and renew your mind. Allow it to become part of your fiber. Allow it to wrap around you. Allow it to flow out of you, so that out of you will flow rivers of living water. You see, as you allow that growth and as you allow you to mature into the person that you desire to be, what you will find is that things that once distract you do not distract you anymore. I saw a statement the other day that when gossip travels, it dies when it reaches the ear of a wise person. And I smiled at that, because as you grow to not give in to distractions, wisdom starts flowing in your life. And when wisdom starts flowing in your life, it's almost like a good fire extinguisher. So when people come into your sphere and want to bring distractions of gossip and everything, you usually put them out real quick. You put them out real quick because you're able to disseminate. You're able to give out wisdom. You're able to think things through. You're able to speak wise words into something. You're able to disarm and take away the fuel from that gossip. And you're able to squish it and put it out. And as a result, you're not distracted by something that you don't need to be dealing with. So as you grow yourself, then you fortify yourself like that eagle. You believe in yourself. And as you're believing in yourself, then you could stand your ground. As you could stand your ground, then you could only do that, as I said, by standing on the right foundation. So therefore, you have to realize what the right foundation is and start building from there. You have to build on the rock. You can't build on sand. You have to build on the rock. And as you build on the rock, your foundations and your sense of realization is strong enough so that you're able to fly like that eagle. You see, the eagle knows its strength. The eagle understands how high it could fly. The eagle understands the jet screams. The eagle understands its sense of stability and its sense of fortitude and its sense of resilience and its mighty discipline. The eagle understands all of that. And that's what we have to come to understand. We have to understand that passion is the mother of success. And in order to succeed, you have to be disciplined. And in order to be disciplined, you have to be resilient. And as you develop those disciplines and those resilient areas of your life, then you're able to fly around like that eagle. And as you're able to fly around like that eagle, things that once bothered you start flowing off your back like water off the duck's back. You see, when you truly believe in you, when you truly understand the purpose that you're here for, when you truly understand that we need to love others as we love ourselves, when we need to love others as our Creator loves them, when you need to respect others, you see, a lot of times we don't realize, we think it's what we say that really impact people's lives. It's more our actions. You see, our action speaks louder than our words. You see, we say things, but then our actions are duplicitous. Our actions don't match up with what we're saying. And as a result of that, people are turned off. So you see, in order to fight against distraction, our actions has to be the actions of our Creator. They has to line up with the good book. They have to line up with the life that we are living. And as we walk in love, as we walk in grace, as we walk in compassion, as we walk in kindness, as we walk in that joy, mercy, and grace, then we start seeing our lives being less yielding to distractions. You have to keep your eyes upon that cross. And as you keep your eyes upon the cross, you can't look to the left nor look to the right. You have to look to that cross. And as you develop that relationship with your Creator, then you will find the distractions of life will be just that. Sheer distractions, and you will know not to look at them, but you will be focused as to where you're going. Have an awesome growth day. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the subscribe button below. But when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to select the bell, because by selecting the bell, it gives you that wonderful opportunity to be notified whenever I add a new video. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.